In this video, we'll talk about outer join. So previously we talked about inner join, and we have covered inner join like equality and non-equality join. We also have covered the um, cross join, which is Cartesian join. Now for the outer join, we mentioned previously that we have three types of outer join. We have left join, right join, and then what we call a full join. Now for the outer join, we will include rows that do not have a match in one table along with the match rows from another table. So we will use the join method, and we will say either left join or right join. And for the full join, we will see that it's going to be basically a union of both of those. So let's start talking about left join. So whenever I write the left join query, it's going to return all the records from the left table and the match records from the right table. And the result is going to be null for the right side if there is no match. So what I have is, for example, I have those two tables, table 1 and table 2. It is going to return every single record from table 1, and then if I have a record that matches one of those records in table 2, it is going to display it with it. Otherwise, it's just going to be a null that is going to be displayed in there. Now, let's look at an example. So if I want to list all of the customers from the customer table, and if there is a customer that have placed an order, I will include the order ID as well. So we know in our data set we have customers that have no orders. So I want to list all of my customers. If the customer has any order, I will attach that order number to the customer. If the customer doesn't have any order, it is going to show no. The first thing I need to do is I need to lay out my tables to know which one I will select from. So I'm basically laying out my tables in this way to perform a left join on the tables. So remember, the left join is going to give me all of the records from the table on the left, and then whatever matches from the table on the right. So I'm having all the records for my customers, and then if I have an order that is linked to one of those customers, it is going to be displayed, which is basically this intersection area right here. Now, for this, I will have the queries in the slides along with the data set, because as you see later on, the full join is going to be a long query, and I want to make this video a little bit shorter. So this is the query that we'll have for this data set. So I will say select the last name and the first name and the order ID. Now the last name and the first name are going to come from the customers table, and the order ID is going to come from the orders table. I will say left join on customer IDs are equal between the customer table and the orders table. Note that the order of the tables matters in this case. If I switch the orders of the tables, it is going to be displaying all the orders, and then will display the customers that are paired to those orders. So I will lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 customers that are not going to be displayed there, and this is not going to give me the results of listing all customers. Now for the right join, it is the exact same thing as left join, but it's the other way around. So if we look at the diagram again, previously we returned everything from table 1 and then whatever matches in table 2. Now we will return everything from table 2 and whatever matches in table 1. If there is no match, it is going to be displayed as null. So for example, if I want to show all book names, and if there is a customer who ordered that book, then show me the order that includes that book. We know again in our data set there are some books that never been ordered, but I need to display those as well. So if I lay out my tables to be on a right join layout, what I will have is this. I need all of the books, regardless of somebody ordered those books or not. And then to jump from the books to the orders table, I have to pass by the order items. So I will get this full table and then whatever matches from those two tables. And since I laid it out in right join order, then I will have to follow the same order I place my hypothetical diagram. So I will select the order ID and the book title from, now I will start with the same order. So I'll start from orders and I will right join this with order items, and then I will right join this on books, and then I will say on the order ID from the orders table matches the order ID from the order items table, and then the ISBN from the books table needs to match the ISBN in the order items table. And this is going to give me this data set. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3 books that never been ordered, and the other books are matched with the order IDs in which the books were ordered. Now, replacing the previous example with left join, or the left join example with the right join, can result in the same query, but what I have to do is I have to switch the order of the tables and then write the query as right join. So yes, right join can be used to replace left join, and left join can be used to replace right join, but we have to pay attention to the order. Now, since I can replace right join with left join, or I can replace left join with right join, then why do I need to know both of those? So the answer for this one is to be able to accomplish a full outer join, because a full outer join is nothing but the union of those two. Remember this part, if I get all of table 1 and the intersection between table 1 and table 2, this is a left join. If I get all of table 2 along with the intersection, this is a right join. So if I get all of the things, then this is nothing but a union, which is a combination of left join and right join. So let's see an example in which we will need to perform a full outer join. So if I want to display the last name of all customers and the titles of all books, and then I want to also show which customer ordered which book if they have ordered that book. So I need to display all my customers regardless of that customer having an order or not. And I want to also display all of my books regardless of that book being ordered or not. And then if a customer ordered one of those books, I need to pair those records together. So let's see how we can visualize this. So in my case, I would do a right join to get all of the books, and I will combine this with a left join to do or to get all of the customers. And then what I will have to do is just union those results. So this is going to be my query. It is a little bit of a long query, but it's not complicated. So let's look at the query. So I needed the last name, and I included the order ID here, and I needed the title. So the last name and the book's title are what I need to display regardless of being matched to another record or not. So I will go from customers, right join this with orders, and then I will right join this with order items, and then right join this with books. As we can see, I'm going with the right join here to get all of the books. So, and again, if I do the right join, I have to follow the order from left to right. Even if I do the left join, I have to follow the order from left to right. So even though I'm doing a right join for the books, I will have to start by the tables going this direction from left to right. That's why I listed customers, then orders, then order items, then books. And keep in mind that in left join and right join, the order really matters. And then what I will do is a union. So if you notice here, what I'm doing is I'm writing the exact same query, but this time it's a left join. since I kept the same order of the tables, if I do a left join, I will get this full table. So the result is going to give me all the last names of the customers table, regardless of those customers ordering something or not, and all the titles of the books, regardless of those books being ordered or not. And then I will union those together, and this is going to give me this data set. So if I have a book that's not in any order, I will not display anything in the order ID, and I will not display the customer last name because I don't have a customer who ordered that book. If I have a book that's being ordered by a customer, I will display the order numbers and the customer names. And if I have a customer without any orders, I will display the customer's last name, and then they don't have any orders, so I don't have any data for their orders. And this is basically the full outer join. So again, to recap, it's nothing but a combination of left join and right join. And in most cases, it is going to be copying the exact same query and then unioning those, but one of the parts is going to have right joins and the other one is going to have left joins.